And so they explained to me that the Ovnik, the owner was from a Slavic background, and that the Ovnik was this protective familial spirit that seemed to had followed his bloodline over when they immigrated to America, and it kind of stayed there and watched over him. And it's not necessarily like a demon; it's more like a house spirit or a brownie or something of that nature. But it kind of looked like a cross between a black cat and like a capuchin monkey or something. And so
Hmm.
I'm like bewildered at this point because apparently a couple of people had seen it while I was out in the hotel building. So I was like, okay. So everybody else gathered in the main part of the store, and the owner was telling a story about this haunted hat that he had been given. And while they were doing that, I went into the back part where this thing had been seen. And so I'm sitting on the couch, and there's an antique couch back there. And a couple of times I kind of felt like maybe something had jumped up on the back of the couch behind me. And even a couple of times I thought that, maybe I'd seen something out of the corner of my eye, but nothing that was like, oh, yeah, that's definitely it. And so
Right.
the owner tells his story, finishes up in the other room, and he comes into where I'm at, and he's like, "So, have you seen my Ovnik yet?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think I have. I maybe felt something, but I don't think that it was the Ovnik." And he's like, "Well, if you want to see it, it's right there." And I'm like, so I walk over to where he's pointing, and he's pointing back towards the office. And in the office, he had this big Rubbermaid tote that was just filled with, stuff that was, getting ready to go out or be put away. And I'm
Right.
looking at this tote, and I swear I see what looks like a little black cat peeking out of it. And I have a black cat at home, so this looked exactly like it. I could see its little yellow eyes and its little pointy ears and even the little white teeth. And I saw it blink, and I was like, "You got a cat hidden back there." And so we're
Right.
walking closer and closer to it, and I see this thing staring at me. And we get almost right up to it, and he kind of reaches towards it. And I don't know how to describe it, but this thing like swooped away. Like it just like swooped. And so we start tearing stuff out of that tote, like where'd it go? Where'd it go?